how many quarts of water should be added to 2 gallons of grape juice to make a beverage that is 40% juice? Now, when you look at this problem, we can first see that, well, in the end, like we're just adding water, meaning the amount of grape juice isn't going to change. So that tells us that in the end, our 2 gallons of grape juice is 40% of simply just the juice, our grape water juice. But what is our juice? Well, our juice here, first of all, we first start with 2 gallons of grape juice. All right, 2 for that. And then we're adding some amount of water, right? How much water or how many quarts of water should be added to 2 gallons of grape juice? I'll say X is how much water we're adding. And I'll also make sure to calculate this in the end as gallons, because all 2 is gallons, which means that like this amount of grape juice is also in gallons. And because this grape juice is this stuff down here, this also has to be in gallons, and so on and so forth, So, well, here, after setting this, you can see, well, first of all, 2 times 40% is 80%, and just 40% of X, not much we can do about that. And I'll first change these to decimals so that we can calculate them a little bit easier, or at least easier simply, not a little bit easier, because now we'll see that by subtracting 0.8 and getting 1.2 is 0.4x dividing by 0.4, and there's obviously 3 0.4s in 1.2. So when then we have x is 3, it's real tempting to circle this and be like, I'm done, and move on. But remember, this is in gallons, but we want quarts. And 1 quart is 1/4 of a gallon, right? You should know that by now. Or in other words, 4 quarts is 1 gallon, which means because this is gallons, well, 3 gallons, well, 1 gallon is 4 quarts, well, we'll just have 3 times 4. 12 quarts in the end. Okay, now we're not quite done with this right now, and I'll leave 12 quarts up here because when I usually see these problems, instead of just diving in and doing this stuff, it's not bad for you. In fact, I think this is actually kind of better. But like most of the time when I go in, I usually think about this for a while, and then if I can't think of anything, or if it's too complicated, or if it just simply is an algebra problem, well then I'll do the algebra right away. But then, when I was thinking about this, here's what I thought of. Again, we'll start with, we have our 2 gallons is 40% of the whole juice. Right now, I'll get this out of here, then we can calculate that. Well, that means if all we have is water added to grape juice, well, that means the other 100 minus 40%, the other 60% of the juice has to be water. Right? The other 60% of the juice is water because we're adding water and the grape juice doesn't exactly change. So if this is true, then we can get from 40% to 60% by thinking, well, hey, using this, I can divide by 2 on both sides. See that 1 gallon is only 20% of the juice. Well, you have 60% of the juice is water, so we can multiply by 3 on both sides to get 60% of the juice is 3. And again, that's 3 gallons, right? This is gallons, like again, gallons, 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 and so on. So, well, if this is 3 gallons, well, we can simply change our grape juice at the beginning change that to water, just plug that in there. 3 gallons of water. So that means we added 3 gallons of water. And again, 3 gallons of water is 12 quarts once again.